Lunardi, the poleman on the right of your picture, nearest the camera now, is in control of the start. He looks up above the track to the bridge. The lights there are red. That holds them back at 60, 70 kilometres an hour until the lights go green when the chief starter says that the first race here at Adria this weekend is go, and they are 4 wide coming towards us into turn 1 at 200 kilometres an hour. Lunardi's got away with it, but next to him, Walter Sellers has been monstered by Christopher Nygaard in the Fisher Racing 4GT, but it's still 4GT, 4GT, 4GT. We had a little ride there with Manuel Rodriguez, qualified 17th and right in the thick of it. But look, the other Hexis Aston Martin is right up there as well in 4th place, and Ferrari looking stronger than ever. Morgan there as well. Salles behind in 3rd place, hanging on. Aston Martin behind that, and then the Morgan. And look at this, that's Stefano Gattuso being punished there. Dimitri Engelbert, that was 2nd place, that's 3rd, that's 4th, that's 5th. Morgan in 6th place. 1 hour of racing, compulsory pit stop. Salles well ahead of Nygaard now. Ackery through on the inside, and Gattuso's going as well. Engelbert's going as well. 3 of them in one corner. Ackery, Gattuso and Engelbert just went straight past, and Jeffrey Horion as well in the Porsche. So 4 cars have gone through there, and it does suggest that Nygaard has got a problem in this car. Gattuso still in this battle with Engelbert. Is on the inside, he's up the curb. Gattuso goes wide. Engelbert on the inside. Horion's having it as well. Through goes the Porsche. Morgan and Porsche have just duffed up Stefano Gattuso, so it's all change, and they're moving forwards. But the 4GT pair from Matek are clear at the front. Have a look at this. Through goes the Morgan on the inside, almost on the grass there, and the Porsche of Jeffrey Horion sees the opportunity. Ackery couldn't pass, and now he's being passed. Ackery couldn't get on terms with the car in front of him, and he left the door open just momentarily for Dimitri Engelbert, who went straight through with no hesitation. Well, Thomas Ackery, one of the quicker drivers in this series and in contention for the title this year. A moment of inattention. Here, look at it, he was concentrating on the car in front. Dimitri Engelbert behind him thought, oh ho, that's big enough for a Morgan, and through he went, forcing Ackery to stay wide. 2nd place for the blue Ford coming towards us. The race leader has long gone. Dino Lunardi, who we saw. Oh, now Engelbert does the same thing. He runs wide, loses the back end. Through goes Horion, back goes Ackery. That's how easy it is. Just got on the dirty stuff on the outside of the corner, gathered it all up, got ambitious, got back on the throttle, and bing, round it went. So now we're looking at 4GT, first 4GT, second Matek Ford. It is to Donker, the reigning... Oh, look at that, they're all over the place. That Ferrari's right up in the air. That's the number 7 car. Let's have a look at that again. And it was the Corvette in the background, whacked the Ferrari, and it rode right up on top of the Morgan. We've never been to Adria before with the GT3s, and we've never done this before either, and that's race in the dark. The Morgan on the right of your picture is the man in control of the start now, and he's got to keep a steady speed as he brings the pack round onto the start, finish straight, looking up above the track at the red lights. They'll go green if the chief starter is happy that everything is in order, it's looking good, and they're looking terribly well behaved, and there's the green light, and away we go. We're on board in the cockpit of the number 4 car with Fred McAvici barrelling down the outside, and he's made up a couple of places, and indeed that Morgan's been monstered. Ferrari going wide, and it's the Thomas Much Ford in the lead. The Matek Ford of Thomas Much, number 1, has grabbed the lead. I think that's McAvici in 2nd place, and then the Morgan just losing another place there. That was Phil Quaife going past Maxime Martin, the CRS car in 3rd place, battling with Maxime Martin, the poleman, for that position. Brakes glowing in the darkness. And that's the pass. Quaife ran wide there, and through went Maxime Martin. The poleman gets back 1 place, so he's up to 3rd again. But in front of them are the Aston Martin of Makovici, and ahead of that, the Ford GT of Thomas Mutch, and already the Ferrari dropping back. Morgan Pitwall, nail-biting time. Maxime Martin hands over to Gaël Lesudier at the pit stops. That little group, oh, and the bonnet's come off, flies up in the air. The bonnet is flying upwards and lands right in the middle of the track at the entrance to turn 1. Somebody's got to hit it. They have hit it, and it's a Ford GT. It is the number 2, and the radiator's gone. That's water gushing out. And look, the water has already claimed 1 victim, 2 victims. There are cars all over the place now. The safety car has been deployed to recover the cars and the bits of bodywork. And as you can see from the fact that the rooftop light is green, it's just changed to flashing amber. He was waving past the cars until he got to the race leader, but I don't think he's found him, and I think that's because nobody's quite sure who the race leader is. I think it is going to be, and the safety car's in, it's going to be the number 4 Aston Martin of Manuel Rodriguez. And a little grassy moment for Rodriguez, being passed but not for position. He's in the middle of the pack. It's the Morgan behind him that could take the lead here. It's the Morgan in second place by what, a second or 2, but there's cars in between and there's not that far to go to the flag. Can that Morgan make it? I don't think so. Rodriguez has got an Audi safety cushion behind him. Gaël Lesudier is doing his best to get past the Audi, but it doesn't matter. There's the checkered flag. The leaderboard is still all about Hexis and Auto GT Racing, the Aston Martin drivers and the Morgan crews filling this first page, and the podium as well, with Gattuso and Palmer getting Ferrari's first podium of the year here in Italy.